coaching, and he's coaching in a league that I'm very fond of. Got a lot of players playing in it. Can't wait to have this man on. Thank him enough. Our main man, Anthony Becht, the head football coach for the St. Louis Battlehawks. Coach, how you doing, brother?
How you doing?
All's good, man. It's good to be on. How you guys doing?
Oh, man, we're good, man. Hey, kudos to you, Coach. I love what you're doing, man. I can't thank you enough. Hey, you got a tight end that's a receiver, tight end, whatever you want to call him, that I recruited out of high school, man, out of Houston, man. Hey, yeah, why is he not in the league?
You know, I don't know. He texts me all the time, Coach, how come I'm not in the league? Listen, he's accountable. He's a jack of all trades. You tell him one time, Coach, he does it. Those are the guys to me that should be elevated and get that chance. But, maybe this year, again, he's got 3 years. I can't get rid of him. These guys that I have, my goal is to get them out of here, get them to the next step, or try to replace them, because that's just the nature of the beast. But He just seems to grow on me every single year. And, we count on him, and he shows up every week. Consistent. He's consistent.
No doubt. Man, it's fun watching him, man. So what's going on with this thing, man? How you like the growth of it? And I know you guys, extended a deal with the players and everything, so they're going to get paid more, I guess, and other things. How is this league, transition for you? How's it going? How do you think the growth is? Do you think it's going to continue to grow?
I do. I mean, there's a space for it, right? I think we just got to figure out on the other side, the business side, is how do you make it flourish? How do you find a way to make money in this thing? But, the audiences has been great. I think, television ratings have been extraordinary. We've been up against a lot of, college basketball tournament, masters, all those different things. But when we've gotten it and it's been our space, we do really well. I think the league has great credence because there's a lot of good ball being played. I think the games have been really good. We got really good players that are really close to getting into the NFL. And, look, we're our own entity, right? We're our own league, number one. But, again, this is also a place where guys can showcase their skills. I mean, you think about these players that are trying to get in these seats in this league. You're getting primetime opportunities on ABC, ESPN, and Fox to show your game. And I promise them that coaches are watching this across all the platforms. People are watching it. Fans are betting on it, all that kind of stuff. So the growth is really just the engagement of the fan base, continue to build it up. Some of the companies and people that come on board, the advertising stuff. But I think the brand, the football, all that stuff's really good. And, I put my name on it. It's been great for me, too, because, I've been blessed and humbled to get a head coaching spot in this league. And I guaranteed them a vision and something that was different. And they took a chance on me. And I like the fact that, like 3 straight years now, we've had winning programs. We've been able to build a culture here. When we don't have OTAs, we don't have off season. We got a month of training camp together with these guys. And then obviously we've been able to put a great product in front of the best fan base in the league, which is St. Louis, because we're getting 30 plus every single week against Cardinals games and playoff Blues games and all that stuff. So it's been a great place and spot for me as well.
No doubt. Go ahead, Smitty.
Yeah, now you mentioned something, Coach, that I thought was interesting. You said, you guys only have a month of training camp, but before the season start. I guess talk about just how difficult that is, trying to build a culture, trying to see, what new talent that you got this year compared to last year and figuring out who's good at what. Just, I guess, how is that? It has to be tough, right? Like getting all that together in 1 month, basically. There's
no doubt. I mean, the off season, obviously, we spend a lot of time watching players and trying to get, better competition into our league and our team. So that's a full year thing, but I put my stamp on all that stuff. I pick every one of these guys. So, for me, as I'm building my career, I can't just bring or trust somebody else to just bring guys in or whatever. We got to do some good and hard work. And we've done that. And, I think for us, man, there's a culture and a standard I live by. I've stood by, I came in the Parcells world, that demanding, that negative reinforcement all the way through, a guy like a Herm Edwards, who's, a little bit more positive messaging kind of player, coach. So for me, it's how do I learn from all these different guys and do it the way I want to do it? How would I, be accepting? How do I build the trust of my players so that they go out for me after 30 days of training camp and run through a wall for me? So, and again, we'll set the bar. We need all these guys on our team to win, to win games. But, if we got to get rid of a guy because he doesn't buy into what we're looking for, he's easily replaceable, right, in this football league. So guys understand that. They see that, and we get the most out of them.
No doubt. Let me ask you, you got former Heisman candidate and Max Dugan, QB and quarterbacking it up for you guys. What's the process on finding a trigger man? It don't matter what level you are. We all know that's the key to success for your team. How hard is it to find that guy that you know is not going to go to the league quite yet, but be good enough and a difference maker for you in your league?
It's super hard. I mean, we were blessed with AJ McCarron our first 2 years. And I just made a, kind of decision moving forward that, let's go in a different direction. Let's try to help a younger quarterback. I figured out as a young head coach trying to figure out how to do this and how to shape things. And now you have a little bit more confidence in your system and what you're looking for. I think one thing is for sure in this league, you really want to try to find a quarterback that has some type of athleticism to you, but also can get the ball out on time and do a lot of those things. I think for Max, he's, an excellent college career, like you talked about, led a team to the Natty. But as he got with the Chargers, was drafted by the Chargers, spent 2 seasons, really didn't get those reps to learn an NFL system. We take a lot of pride in offering a system that transfers very well to the top 14, 15 offenses in the NFL. So now he can, the sell is to try to help him develop in that. So, Max has done a really good job. We're 2-0 since he stepped in, since Manny Wilkins' injury. We got a guy like Chevin Cadero, who's going to be back with us from San Jose State. He's got a great skill set as well. So just trying to find that happy medium of guys that are really athletic, can beat teams with their legs. Seen a guy like Skip Holtz and Adrian Martinez, crush guys with the pass and the run and won championships in this league. So how can we help develop those guys? But they're hard, man. We look, I've looked at 100 plus the first year, and then you start whittling it down. And then, you love to get practice squad guys right from the NFL, guys that really need the development. And that maybe one day will happen where we can kind of blend with the NFL and maybe, help those guys. But again, it's really a sell. A lot of these guys just think they're going to the league. They're going to make the league. They get released. They're going to get signed. They need to play. They need to function under, they got to be able to call protections, change protections at the line of scrimmage. They need to make, adjustments on routes because of coverage. And they need to call a real play in a huddle, right? And go out there and process the information. That's what we try to offer them. But ultimately, they got to go out there and do it. And Max has done a nice job. And he's going to get better every day. It's hard to come in. We don't practice a lot. You can't just run these guys into the ground. I don't have enough bodies. We don't have enough time. And you got to be strategic on your planning week to week. And he doesn't get a live reps to do it. He has to do it in the game and really do it mentally. So, every week we try to take those little gains from him, and he's done a really nice job.
No doubt. Sorry, Smitty. Would you like to be take a page out of Deion's book and coach your boy at the pro level? Is he going to get a shot?
Yeah, he will. Yeah, Rocco's great, man. Obviously, just talking here, he knows how to work. He knows how to prepare. He knows how to do the little things, and he gets it, right? So now it's just going out there and balling, and you got to do your part. Now, I coached him in high school. I coached him all my life as a dad, right? He took really good notes, and he gets it. So now he's able to apply that at a high level, and he's actually able to help others on his team, learn the same things. And that's all I want out of him. At the end of the day, I can't control where he throws the football, going out there, leading the football team. That's on him at this point. And I think he does it at a really high level. And, Matt Campbell's a place where, to me, checks a lot of boxes for my son. And I just know he's prepared and he'll be ready for the next, whatever that journey is. But right now, man, he's got 2 seasons left if taking him. And, he just put, 2 top tier receivers in the NFL with Higgins and Noel into the NFL. They both went to the Texans. And we're going to develop 2 more. And he's going to help those guys get better. And he knows the path. And again, I don't want to coach these guys in the NFL. I want to take advancements. First and foremost for me, I'd love to be a head coach in college. I like the direction it's going. I think I can help these guys. I think things will change and damper down. We always see the crappy stories and the money and everything. You got to deal with those things. There is a little bit of the NFL side, right, that I'm in this league and where I've been as a player. And then also, how can you help develop young guys that, are a little bit entitled, that, have those things. Rocco's in that space. He's a quarterback at a Power 5 school. He's coming off his, this will be his 3rd year starting. And, he's into that circle. So how do you manage those things? How do you look past those things, understand what the priority is and how those things kind of get thrown at you? And he's done a good job of it. So we've had a good plan. I think kids just need guidance and help. And I don't blame a lot of these kids that, fall into these traps because they don't have guidance, coach. They don't have the things out there to help them navigate these waters, man. And that's, that's on the NCAA at the very top, not being proactive at it. And then also just, where's the time? How are the coaches at the biggest programs with the best players helping these players develop those skill sets, to handle those things and also getting the best out of them on the football field? It's a challenge. I love that, though. I think that's something I'd love to be a part of.
Gotcha. And that literally, I was going to be like my follow-up. I feel like you answered the question. Was you mentioned that you like the direction that college football is going and you would like to coach there at some point. Is it the challenge of it? Is that like the biggest sell for you? Like just the fact that you're able to connect with these young minds and be able to hopefully tutor them into the right direction? Because to your point, we talk about it all the time on this show. There's always some negative storyline or some crazy NIL deal. We're seeing kids go to 4 or 5 different schools within one calendar year, and it's the wild, wild west. But for you, it sounds like you actually like almost enjoy that fact that it is a challenge.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look, I consider myself kind of a transformational coach. Like I want to help guys. I've been through it, man. I've been at the very top. I've been at the bottom of the ladder trying to work my way up. Also, I bring a lot of credibility with a staff. My staff will be a lot of former players that have done it at a high level, that understand how to develop and communicate at a level that they're not going to have the expectation levels of this guy has to do it their way. All right. There's a way and a process that all of us got to that point to be great. So, it's about communication with those players and selling credibility there as well. So that's important. And then also just, again, giving those guidance. I mean, if I was at a school, let's just say I got a job in the American Conference or somewhere where, players get pillaged all the time, I take a lot of pride in that. I help develop, I help mold the guy. I'll get the next one in and do the same for that next kid. So a lot of players out there. There's a lot of players now in college, in high school, Coach, it's hard to get into colleges, hard to get those scholarships. So if you do the homework and do the film study and find those players, hey, if they want to stick around and they're buying in what we're doing, they want to stay with me for 4 years, all power to them. They're only going to get better from it. But if they got to go somewhere else, if it's money, it's a bigger program, man, that's my guy. That's how we did it. We helped develop it. I think that one coach was talking about maybe, pushing some dollars back to their school for raising and helping those guys get to the bigger stage. But whatever that may be, man, like I'm all about it, man. Like, you can't be mad at it because it's the environment you're in, but you got to be able to, as a coach, man, you can't do it the same way you did it the year before, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You got to be able to kind of take a hard look about, what you're doing, not lose your core values on what you believe in, but deliver a message a little differently, deliver the message to the family a little differently. And you do your best at it and try your best. And if it works, it works. If not, you find somebody else to do it. And that's the best part about it. I think kids out there genuinely they want to learn how to be great. They want to learn how to get to the league. They aren't going to get there. We know that. But at least, moving forward, if it's not the league, it's life. And that's what you got to count on too.
Coach, you got a staff, and can't thank you enough for hopping on here, brother. Great talk. I could ask you a million questions. We got to get together one day. You got a couple guys on your staff who are good friends of mine. You got a college-ready staff.
Yep.
How hands-on do you allow like a Seneca to coach the Qs? California JUCO guy, played here at Sac City. Had a great NFL, played in the NFL a long time. How hands-on do you allow them as a play caller, implementer, and installer? How much you have, like, does that affect? I guess my question is, are you allowing the quarterback to get groomed by one of your guys and then allow him to push, or do you have to push him to the next level and know it's on you to get the guy to the league?
No, it's a cumulative effort, right? Listen, I let my coaches coach because they know how to do it. They know how to communicate. They know how to do it at a high level. Our play callers, our individual coaches, they're all smart dudes, man. They get it. And, again, there's a trickle-down effect, right? There's a message. There's a collective plan and idea that I send down, and then it gets distributed to the staff. And then there's a collective plan for me to the coordinators, and then that gets trickled down. But everybody buys in. If you can get a staff that buys in, it's hard. Listen, I didn't get it all right. I don't have all the same coaches I had year one. But I'm also not going to stand for a certain – I'm not going to just, continue to roll with it if it doesn't fit. You got to be able to, move forward and cut. And that's tough. It's my first time doing this 3 years ago, and you learn a lot, but eventually you find those pieces. And, every guy is critical. And if the message from me is not the message from our guys to our players every single time, whether you like what's being said or not, we got to have those discussions behind closed doors, but leave on the same ground. So those are the guys I'm looking for. And again, there's a lot of former players that have played at a high level that know how to do it. It's not for everybody. There's a lot of guys that have played at a high level that don't know how to communicate and coach properly. And that's not their fault. It's just is what it is. Like, so you got to find the right guys, but there's no question everyone on my staff would kill it anywhere we went, whether it was the NFL or college, whatever that may be, because I just know what these guys are about. I've been in those rooms in those buildings, 5 organizations for me for 12 seasons. I know what it looks like. I know good things that I saw. I know crappy things that I saw, and I'm going to do it my way. And we're all on the same page with it. And I let my guys coach, because if I don't trust my coaches to coach, then what the hell am I doing this for? Like, we're not going to win a lot of games. And is it equated to a lot of games, 70% over 3 seasons for us winning in this league?
Man, that's beautiful, man. I love to hear it. I can hear the passion in your voice, man. I feel like I could put my pads back on, come play for you.
Let's do it, man. Hey, we got open tryouts and showcases. I'll give you a shot. Shit.
All right.
Hey, Coach, you got Memphis this weekend, right?
Yes, we got Memphis, 2:00 ESPN on Sunday. Listen, we're trying to tell our players right now, distance ourselves from the rest of the teams in our league. They're 1-5. They're a very good team. They're challenging. They've been in every game. But we got to start asserting ourselves and find a way to separate ourselves. And it's going to start this week against Memphis. We've had 9 days now since our last game. A lot of time to kind of get our bodies right and get our minds right. So, listen, it's up to the players to make a choice when they come out of that tunnel and see what they got.
No doubt. You got to do me a favor, though, man. You gotta go tell. You got one coach that just, you got to say JB said you're a slapdick.
Who's that?
Chris Claiborne.
Chris, oh man,
that motherfucker. JV said you're a slapdick, and he'll know right away. Great dude, man. LA guy. I've been around him a long time, so
he is a stud. He is a stud.
Oh yeah, he was a motherfucker now.
It's the smartest room we got. We got really smart linebackers, and man, those all guys are all connected to the hit, man, and they love Chris. He brings a lot to the table, and our staff is legit. I would love to bring our staff and sit down in front of an AD and sell them something. One day that'll come, but until somebody figures it out, man, we're going to continue to win games here in the UFL.
No doubt, brother. Hey, I can't thank you enough. I know you're busy, man. Smitty, got something?
No, that's it. That's it.
Man, we can do it. Hopefully we do it again, man. Good luck. Go win the thing, and hopefully we can do it again. One of our guests every year, Noel Mazzoni's a good friend of mine, obviously. Been coaching it for a long time, so
Great
I believe
coach.
he's coaching, yeah. But shout out, Coach. I appreciate you. Good luck to your son, too, man. Hopefully he keeps killing it, and hopefully we'll hook up soon, man.
Appreciate your support, guys. Go Battlehawks. Thank you.
All right, brother.